Hey, it's Adib, and this is part 4 of designing a creature, turning it into a mech. With mechs, the viewer's eyes need rest between detailed parts. That's why I use simple armor plates that don't move much and offer protection, contrasted with more detailed joint areas to show the complex parts that need to move. Another technique is limiting detail in the legs and wing furthest from the user. This creates the illusion of complexity at a distance without fatiguing the viewer's eyes or the artist's hand. I create grooves in the claws so the mech can collapse the wheels into them as they retract, entering a sort of skate mode while still having the ability to run. Ideally, the mech would employ a combination of movement patterns seamlessly. For example, when scaling a cliff or rough terrain, it may rely on claws, but when trying to go as fast as possible, like during takeoff, it may skate or sprint with the wheels activated. In areas where there's a lot going on mechanically, I realized airflow would be less smooth, causing resistance, so I came up with this sort of tough, transparent skin that helps reduce that disruption while adding extra protection to vulnerable, exposed areas. Now, the idea of such a mech exhibiting sentience is a sci-fi trope I find interesting, like in Evangelion. While the user can sit in this cockpit, synchronize, and pilot the mech through some futuristic neural interface, the mech also being its own mental entity, that's cool to me. Some other details I added include embedded digital displays and signal lights, placed in spots similar to what's found on conventional aircraft. The throat mimics parts of a flamethrower to fit a dragon's trademark fire-breathing ability. There are also vents for the intense heat dissipation that could come with an advanced power source. Something interesting I noticed and sketched out is the way skin folds when joints are extended versus bent, like our fingers and elbows, and how those areas have less fat and naturally built-in creases. I figure skin behaves this way in these areas for many reasons, including to make flexion and extension easier. I try to mimic this in the mech by creating similar crease structures in the joints. This adds protection, reduces air resistance, and packages the parts in a way that echoes how nature does it. It also repairs itself and helps keep debris out of exposed areas. The hex patterns I apply to the wing membrane suggest they're more than just wing flaps. They have photovoltaic properties, are highly resilient, lightweight, collapsible, and self-repairing, essential for combat. I also apply lighting, accents, faint background line art, and other visual design elements to give it that poster-ready presentation. From the light bleeding around the edges of the mech, to the reflections on the ground, the bold text with the hex pattern reapplied, it all completes that dark sci-fi aesthetic I like to aim for. And just like that, I've taken my original creature design and built a mech from it. This was a really fun project. If you enjoy stuff like this, drop a like, follow for more, and share your thoughts. Thanks for watching. See you next time.